Hey guys, welcome back to Angry Mac Adventures. I just wanted to say we hit 5,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. If you guys are new here, check out the videos. If you are enjoying it, smash the subscribe button. It really helps us out. In this episode, we are coating the chassis in KBS. So this is the final product here. It looks absolutely amazing. Let's go back to the start. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're continuing works on the FJ40. This episode, we plan to get the chassis painted and back on the wheels. We've got parts from all around the world that have finally arrived in the last couple of weeks, like the new shockies, we got the tie rods, bushers, everything to virtually put this thing back on its wheels. So we're using a thing called KBS chassis coater. It's Aqua Clean, a Rust Blast, and a Rust Seal. So we've virtually done the Aqua Clean. So the next stuff is the KBS Blast. With this stuff, see how we go. KBS Blast is the second step to the KBS chassis coating kit. Making sure your surface is free of any contaminants from a water-based cleaner, KBS Blast creates a nice zinc phosphate residue to help adhesion of the Rust Seal coating. Making sure that you leave the KBS Blast on for a good 10 to 15 minutes. You then rinse it off and wait for it to completely dry before you start any Rust Seal. In the meantime, I thought I'd get these diffs ready to go also by removing the leaf springs, removing all the old bushes and getting these things ready for paint. Same as the chassis progress, I used a flapper disc to get rid of any of the bulky rust contaminants. Then using the water-based degreaser and the KBS Blast, we got these things ready for paint also. Alrighty guys, we're in the last step process of the chassis coater kit, which is the Rust Seal. It comes in a 1 litre kit, so we're going to be applying this today. The guy at the shop couldn't recommend this enough, so apparently this is the duck's nuts. We're going to be installing it onto the chassis. Once this is applied, we then put on the top coat, which becomes UV resistant. So that's the plan. Let's see how we go. We want to get the chassis, the diffs and the leaf springs done so we can put it back together as a rolling chassis, so we can remove it from the shed and we can get to these other parts. So let's do it. Like any paint, it's good to give it a stir before you start applying it. With the KBS Rust Seal, you can apply it by using the brush, spray or roller.
All in here. Oh, there's a spider in there.
With a helping hand, this task took well over a couple of hours, and if I was to accomplish this again, it'll definitely be sprayed on next time. The advantage by using a brush is that you can apply it to your desired thickness. What's great about the KBS product is it's self-leveling, meaning that it's designed to help fill in any imperfections. Alrighty, so most of the chassis is now done. You can see I'm just applying a second coat here, which is a lot more thicker, and it's now filling up all those imperfections in the chassis. I'll give it one more coat now over the whole lot, and that should be enough, and then we'll apply the top coat. The next day's job was getting the diffs painted and ready to get installed back onto the chassis. After 2 coats, these were looking pretty good, so it was time to move on to the leaf springs, which were done at work and sprayed. So here's the leaf spring here. I actually painted this at work. It was a little bit easier on the leaf springs. I sanded them back, just using a flapper disc. So I'm just about to install those now.
Wait a little bit. Out there somewhere. That's going in there. That's going in.
Alrighty, so I've got some bushes now. These are just from Polytech. They're just the poly ones. So it comes in a little kit with a bit of grease as well. So we'll install these and should be ready to go. Bringing the newly painted painted diffs in with the Bobcat, it was time to install the brand new bushes with a little bit of grease and a tap from the rubber hammer. Once the bushes were installed, it was time to attach the diffs to the chassis. I would have got some great footage for you guys, but this is what I got from Uncle Steve. Well guys, the rust seal is now applied to the car and it looks great, it really does. I had a couple of issues with the leaf springs. We ended up changing them over to another set that I had. It wasn't sitting right. It looked like the spring was about 20 mil too short. So we put the new ones in and that is heaps better. I got my little workstation here. Billy has kindly let me borrow his gravity fed spray gun for the day. And we're using this stuff here. So it's a part of the KBS package, and that is the black top chassis top coat. I'm gonna be spraying it this time because actually brushing it was an absolute nightmare. Look, it is doable, but it takes time. So we had 3 people on it and it took us a couple of hours to get the chassis done, and you still kind of miss areas. So for the last top coat, I'm just gonna spray it on. But as soon as you put the black top coat on, this is what pretty much gives you the UV stability. This will be good to get inside the chassis as well, where I couldn't get it with the paintbrush. Like anything to do with painting, it's all in the prep. So the chassis has been sitting for a couple of days to make sure that the rust seal is fully cured, and then the chassis was wiped down with wax and grease remover. So this top coat was surprisingly thick out of the can, so I added about 5 to 10% of thinners to make sure we got that nice consistency through the spray gun. KBS do supply the thinners for this type of application, so it's time to pour it in the spray gun and start painting. Alrighty guys, the painting's done. So it's actually given the chassis like this little bit of satin color to it. So that is now UV protected. I'm gonna leave it in the sun to bake for an hour or two, and then I'll push it back into the shed and let it fully cure overnight. Look at that, that is beautiful guys. The chassis is now complete. I'm so happy with the results. It's got like a nice, beautiful satin color to it. And once the shocks and all that go in, it's gonna look awesome. Obviously when you're painting inside the chassis or inside the channel there, you're not gonna get everything. So I went down to the paint shop and he recommended this stuff here. It's like a cavity protector. So I'm gonna give it a go. It's from Germany and it comes with like this straw looking thing. And at the end of it, it's got like a nozzle that sprays 360 degrees. So you plug that in and you send this down the chassis just like so. And then you hit the purge button and spray the cavity, and what it does is it protects all inside the chassis. Oh. Not bad stuff. It leaves like a bit of a film in there, but it's smells a bit. Alrighty guys, well that's it for another episode. Next episode we'll throw all the shockies in and we'll probably finish off the steering rack and get that all sorted, and of course start on the engine. So I hope you guys are enjoying the build. Happy 2021. I'll see you in the next one. You.